poner ya en modo drogas. Hostia, tengo 50 ventanas abiertas. Espera. Escúchame. ¿Cuánta gente hay? 40.000. ¿Qué hace el panda ahí? Cago en tu padre. Puto panda. ¿Te imaginas que ponen? Hijos de puta. Starcraft, estaba muerto, chaval.
So let's get right into it.
Housing.
Labyrinths.
Mierda.
Wow, classic.
BlizzCon.
So what does this all mean?
Ya está, te la he cagado. Hostias.
This is going to be one for the ages.
Y un jacicostas. El jacimierdas. ¿Qué perdís? No.
Why do we fight? To protect home and bring harmony.
No. Alexia.
This fight is far from over, and Azeroth needs her champion. Now, more than ever.
Me dijiste que la saga Souls era épica, una polla épica. No es épica.
Whatever's coming, I'll stand with you.
Venga, va. No me enseñes Dragonfly, tío.
Welcome to the state
Holy,
of
me cago en tu
Azeroth.
padre.
When I was thinking about what the state of Azeroth actually means, I started to reflect on why we started doing annual updates in the first place. I remember in 2022 when we were in the twilight of the Shadowlands expansion and Dragonflight was about to launch. The Classic team was cooking on the Burning Crusade and prepping Wrath of the Lich King Classic. It was around this time that a new era emerged for the WoW team. One where we were rapidly evolving and storming toward the future with you on our minds. We created what we call the Live Team to not only support a new 8-week patch cadence, but also noodle on experimental gameplay in modern WoW. This led to Mists of Pandaria Remix, Legion Remix, Plunderstorm, Overcharged Delves, and more. This energy allowed us to be more confident, more committed, and more excited than ever before for both modern and classic WoW. And it led us to share our first ever long-term roadmap to bring us closer to the community that inspires us. Our confidence and
Un roadmap muy extenso para... Oh, cuidado, Van a anunciar hasta...
So what does this all mean?
Hasta
then and now. It means you are the spark that lights our
Anúnciame
way.
Warcraft 4.
The Warcraft universe has lived for 3 decades because of players who make it meaningful and who give us the opportunity and creative energy to make even more of it.
El roadmap más extenso hasta la fecha.
So
había 3, creo.
And we're excited for the stories that will be told, the memories made, and the triumphs we will earn together as we defend our world once again. Light versus Void has been ever present in WoW, and we will charge into the fray with the Heronir and Devourer Demon Hunters by our side. The campaign of Midnight is the kind of story that will find your heart, whether you've just joined us in Azeroth, been with us the entire 21 years, or somewhere in between.
La campaña de Midnight, hay una misión de hacer fotos a abejas.
We work our way toward the 3rd and final installment of the World Soul Saga, called The Last Titan. We will learn what it means to carry loss and still move forward. Heroism isn't perfection. It's a winding road of choices we make when things are hardest. And when our idea of the world is shattered, our notion of home will be paramount. There must be time for rest, creativity, and community. In short, housing. You've been asking for this feature since the early days of WoW. We wanted to build it, and we knew it had to live up to 20 years of hopes and dreams. And on top of that, whatever housing started with, it had to be poised to grow and evolve over many years and be guided by our players. And here we are, with player housing about to enter full release with the Midnight expansion. During Housing Early Access, you have absolutely blown our minds. In the first 2 weeks alone, you all spent over 4 million hours in your houses and neighborhoods. That's over 450 years. And you placed over 14 million decor items in that time. The most gold has been spent on the secretive bookcase wall, of course, because who doesn't love secret door? I always say, never underestimate players, and thank you for proving me right over and over again. It's been a beautiful reminder that everyone enjoys Azeroth in their own way. And on that note, we want to see even more of that creativity. We recently announced the launch of Azeroth Interiors, which is our Midnight Renovation Challenge. This is a global invitational for WoW creators and community members. We're competing in a battle unlike anything we've ever seen before.
Un torneo de
Instead
interiores.
of swords and shields, their weapons are mood boards, boundless creativity, and finesse with our tools. So head over to your favorite creator channels and check out their concepts for what they will be building over the next month. Over time, our updates to housing will be driven by what you want and what you need to make your dreams real.
Esa tía no era la encargada de Classic.
Explore, imagine, and push the tools to their limits. We'll have more about the updates you can expect in housing in a few moments. If you've played WoW before, one of the coolest parts about housing when you open up your inventory for the first time is to see all the housing items you collected without even knowing it because of achievements you got in past expansions. It's like a trip down memory lane.
Si Onyxia levantara la cabeza,
let's talk about WoW Classic.
Le ascendieron.
Over the past 6 years, I really can't believe it's been 6 years. Classic has been an expression of love for the early years of WoW and bringing it to you in a variety of flavors. Between our hardcore, seasonal, and progression realms, you've shown us the ongoing potential of WoW and Classic are limitless. We take that to heart, and we will continue to honor that. Today, Mists of Pandaria Classic continues in the original Classic realms. The next major milestone is the release of the Escalation update in a few weeks. It includes a new quest campaign, battlegrounds, scenarios, and more. We're going to release the Mists of Pandaria patches over time as we have with previous expansions, and you can expect the Siege of Orgrimmar and the return of Timeless Isle later this year.
Challenge cards.
The launch of Burning Crusade Classic on our anniversary realms is also on our doorstep. Another round of Illidan taunts and Fel Reaver
Fase 1
terrors.
en
The
invierno.
Outlands, Kara, Mag, and more are coming later this year too. We also launched seasonal Titan Reforged realms in Classic for our players in China. Why? Not
China,
only
que
are
da igual
our
China,
audiences
esto es
between
Europa,
modern
joder.
and Classic unique,
Que
but so
China,
are
China
our
me da
WoW
igual.
players in China. We made those realms for them, based on how they play. And that's not all we're cooking up. I can say with confidence that all Classic players across the globe have a lot to look forward to. I'm really excited to announce that...
Holly, hija puta.
I guess we'll save that for later.
Ha dicho Holly, hija puta, dime algo.
So, back to where I began.
dicho Classic
What is the
Plus.
state of Azeroth? It's alive, in all its forms, incredibly vibrant and getting brighter. And we plan to keep it that way with your help and guidance as we listen to your feedback and act on it. Soon you will see us launch
Holly, me estoy
surveys and
cagando
games
encima,
so
por
we can
favor.
get your thoughts
Rápido.
and feedback. Listening to you is our commitment.
Pa' todo
We
el
mean
mundo,
it,
va.
and we aim to keep proving it.
Holly, me estoy
We want to
cagando.
give you the place, space, and tools to play how you
Plunderstorm,
want
guau,
to
tengo unas
play.
ganas de
Live
jugar
how
a
you wanna
Plunderstorm.
live in Azeroth. That's our North Star. We want our humble universe to be the place you go to when you have a bit of free time.
Holly, que me cago.
When you need to recharge alongside your friends and family after a long day.
Ay, por favor,
or when
puedes
you need
contar.
an escape.
Por favor.
Let off steam by conquering a
No
boss,
dice nada, tío.
role-playing, now decorating, mogging, PvPing, exploring, whatever. A fantasy home in every sense, where strangers become friends and friends become
Anuncio, no
neighbors.
jodas.
And we have a plan to help those of you looking for your people, those players who enjoy the same things in WoW that you do. We're calling it the WoW Ambassador Program, which is all about the community helping the community, as it often does. This is less about us and more about you. A bit of an experiment to help connect you with players and communities that are filled with others who play
Van a
how you
anunciar
play,
embajadores
or
para
how
el
you want
WoW.
to play. Our ambassadors are helpful friends from
Wow.
within our very own WoW community, and you can check out our website for more details. As you know, community is our mainstay, and in the era of housing, we wanted to do what we can to support those who need more than pixels when it comes to having a place to live. This year, we're excited to be partnering with Habitat for Humanity with a charity pet pack that we hope, with your support, will help provide safety and shelter to families in need of
No
affordable
tienen nada,
homes.
tío.
Habitat for Humanity has
No
helped
tienen
more
nada
than
esta
65
gente.
million people globally. This charity pet pack includes the adorable Rufus,
No tienen
who
nada,
will be
tío.
available in both modern and classic WoW. Rufus loves to build, something you'll see in action if he's left idle for too long. Those
Cojones.
of you who play modern WoW will also get a doghouse, a bowl, and a bed.
Y el portador
We're
oscuro también.
incredibly excited to be supporting Habitat
No,
for
no te-
Humanity this
¿Pero
year.
por qué da vueltas?
And we'll have more information to share about how you
Viendo
can bring
este stream
Rufus
te dan el
home
portador
soon.
oscuro de adorno.
As always, you are our heroes,
Lo típico,
our
¿no?
heartbeat, and our gratitude
Mi
is
hogar, mi
everlasting.
portador oscuro.
I'll see you at BlizzCon 2026, and of course, at home in Azeroth.
Lo típico, ¿no? ¡Por favor! Ahora viene el jacitroncas. Y un jacitroncos. No acaba.
Hey everyone,
Hello.
and thank you, Holly. I'm Ian Hazikostas, Game Director for World of Warcraft. I want to start off by saying thank you, as always, to our
Miénteme,
community
jacicostas,
for your
miénteme.
continued passion, for the time you put into this
Miénteme, como tú
world,
sabes.
and for your boundless creativity. It has been so amazing seeing so many folks jump into housing over the last couple of months. I'll be talking more about this later, but I just wanted to start out by saying, on behalf of everyone who had any part in bringing housing to life, that we
Deja
are
el housing de
simply in
mierda,
awe
tío.
of
Basta
what
ya
you've
del
already
housing,
created.
tío.
We knew you'd make incredible
¿Has visto
homes,
eso?
but
Era
the
un-
community
era un-
response has just blown away our expectations.
Era... ¿Cómo se llama el
There
cacharro este
simply
de...?
is no World of Warcraft without
había
you,
un-
our community. We are honored
Ay,
to
¿cómo
be
se
a
llama el
part
juego
of this
este de
world
mesa? Me cago en
and
la
humbled
puta.
to be the caretakers
Un
of something
billar
that
no,
has remained
era un
so special
cacharro
and
estos
so
que
important
va con...
to so many
que es de
people
fútbol.
for
Un
so
futbolín,
long.
joder.
Today,
Había un
I'd like to
futbolín de
share with
Murloc.
you a
¿Qué me
bit
estás
of what we're
contando,
up
tío?
to with World of Warcraft. In terms of the right now present stuff, the fast approaching launch of Midnight, and a small peek at some of the bigger things that we have planned
Había un
for
futbolín de
2026.
Murloc. ¿Qué cojones me
So
estás
obviously,
contando?
I can't go too far into all the details, especially with so many of our plans tied up in story spoilers and us wanting to keep some surprises. But we think there is a ton to look forward to for all residents of Azeroth in the year ahead. So let's get right into it. As we stand here today, we are just over a month from launching Midnight and getting the game into your hands. The team is working hard to polish up the last details of the expansion, iron out bugs, refine features, and just overall get this thing ready for you to dive into in March. But between now and then, there's still plenty to do and see in WoW today.
Pre-expansion update.
We are kicking off the Midnight pre-launch event called Twilight Ascension. This event will run until Midnight's launch on March 2nd. This is where the stakes start to crystallize, and the threat we face begins to take real shape, and the void makes itself felt in our world. This is a repeatable event in which you'll join Magister Umbric and Grand Magister Ramath in their efforts to keep the Twilight's Blade at bay at locations around the world. You'll be killing rares, completing world quests, and defeating bosses as you earn limited time rewards like pets, mounts, transmogs, and of course, some fresh housing decor for your home. The 12.0 pre-patch that recently went live also includes a ton of the new features and improvements that are tied to Midnight. Demon Hunters out there can get started playing the new Void-themed Devourer range specialization. Or Void Elf Demon Hunters can be unlocked with a short quest line. Some of the baseline systems improvements and updates
que no se pueden personalizar.
include our new Transmog 2.0
No se pueden
system, which
personalizar
includes
los del fuego
situational
vacío.
outfit swapping, an improved UI, and finally, slot-based transmog, so you don't have to constantly re-transmog every time you get an upgrade. For players new to PvP, learn the ropes in the training grounds. Expanding and revamping the idea found in Compstom, players will join a battle against smarter game-controlled opponents in Arathi Basin, Silver Shard Mines, and Battle for Gilneas. Also kicking off this week is the Winds of Mysterious Fortune, a limited time event where XP and reputation gains are boosted across the board, especially reputation. We think this is another great way to get caught up ahead of Midnight, whether it's leveling an alt to join the fray, or fast-tracking some of those rep-based decor
Pero
items
¿quién va a
that you
levear
can
ahora?
chase.
Nadie va a levear ahora. Si
As
está
part
todo.
of the celebration of
Mira,
Midnight,
el
we
Dark
are
Portal.
granting a special limited
Wow.
Dark Portal decor item to every player with an active WoW subscription who logs in between now and the launch of the expansion. Finally,
típico. Hostia,
Welcome
tío.
Back Weekend also starts today. If you're not currently subscribed to WoW, but you've had a subscription in the past, from now until February 1st, you can explore the WoW base game for free.
El
up to
fin de
level
gratis
80,
puedes jugar al WoW.
including all level up content, pre-launch events, the recent system updates I've been talking about, a completely overhauled returning player
¿Qué más? ¿Te van a regalar un
experience, and more
personaje
than 20
al máximo
years
de
of
paso?
Azeroth's world
Que
and
guardar.
story. We are
Oh,
so
no.
excited about Midnight and all that's been going on with WoW, and we really want to make sure that we're making it easy for you to come check it all out. The level
Oye, y
cap
el
is of course
Classic,
increasing
tío.
to 90, and you'll be leveling through 4 new
Y el
and
Classic,
reimagined
tío.
zones, full of new questing content, both campaign chapters as well as local stories, and additional chapters waiting for you at max level.
Turralion.
Midnight is introducing 8 new dungeons, 11 new delves,
8
and a new
mazmorras,
delve
joder.
companion, Valera,
Las
as well as the
profundidades,
quiz
macho.
system to add a layer of depth, challenge, and intrigue to your outdoor world gameplay. We have new PvP features coming in Midnight,
Profundidades,
like the new
tío.
epic battleground Slayer's Rise, which also exists as an outdoor world
World
space for
PvP,
those of
si
you
no
who
hay.
prefer
Es que no hay
world
World
PvP in
PvP. Si
war
vas,
mode.
vas
You can also
follado.
spend some time in the Arcantina, a mystical tavern where you can rub elbows with some big names in WoW lore, learn more about them, and complete quests on their behalf. Now, a couple of weeks after launch, Season 1 will kick off in full. That update will pull the story forward through a host
Argentina.
of new content. First off, we have the 6th
Seis
boss
boss
raid, the
raid.
Voidspire,
The
that really is going
Voidspire.
to be the beginning of a capstone to the story that we're telling at the start of Midnight. We're also going to have a smaller one-boss raid called the
Dream
Dream
Rift,
Rift, as well
un
as
boss
4 new
raid que es
world bosses in
como
the outdoor
el
world.
Nexo, ¿qué?
As we kick
Oculus.
off our seasons, we're going to have a new pool of Mythic Plus dungeons, 4 new Midnight dungeons, along with 4 updated Legacy dungeons,
Oh, sí,
our new
Mythic
Delve
Plus.
season, and of course a new PvP season where you can test your skills and earn cutting-edge rewards. And with the training grounds I mentioned
Training
earlier,
grounds.
hopefully
Practice
there'll be a
PvP
smoother on-ramp
against
into
game
PvP
controlled
for those who are
opponents.
trying to get into the ecosystem for the first time. Now, a couple of weeks after that, we're also going to have a 3rd raid zone.
La
the
marcha de
March on
Keldanas.
Caldenas, a
Raid
new
de
2-boss
dos bosses.
raid that really caps off this initial chapter of the Midnight story
Enfrentas a un
and
Fénix.
brings us closer to what will come next. The addition of story mode to World of Warcraft has made it so that any player can experience these moments for themselves. And we want to continue to lean in, giving you ways to live the story of Azeroth no matter how you choose to play. Whether you want to jump in and tackle raids, do delves, or just hang out in the Argentina and have a chat.
Argentina.
Our goal, as always, is to give you lots to do and tons to choose among. And we can't wait to see how you choose to adventure across the unfolding story of Midnight.
El tier regalado sale de ahí. Housing.
As I said earlier, we have been
utterly overwhelmed by your
creativity and your ingenuity during housing so far.
No han dicho nada hasta ahora, ¿verdad?
By your feedback. As Holly said, we want you to help us build this feature together. We want to hear more of what you're interested in, more of what's working and what's not working, and your feedback is directly informing the decisions we make. You've already seen some quality improvements go live over the last couple of months, but we're keeping a close eye on housing to continually improve the feature from every angle, whether we're talking about economy adjustments, UI updates, or all new functionality.
Mi hogar.
We want to keep finding opportunities to support the creative expression that you invent, like making it easier to float your house, for example.
Eso lo han prohibido.
Right off the bat, there's a couple of things we already have in mind.
La casa tiene que estar atada al suelo.
That your cozy creation doesn't quite feel complete without the ability for some of your companion pets to wander around it and get into trouble. So we want to offer the ability to place those pets there, as well as showcasing more of your cosmetic collections in general. Like, for example, being able to hitch a couple of your favorite mounts up in your yard outdoors. We're working on delivering that as well. We've also seen and heard that as you're expressing that boundless creativity and maybe making something like, say, a grand piano that you cobble together from a dozen different decor pieces, it can be frustrating when you realize that you have your grand creation, but it's not quite in the spot you want it to be in, and you want to move it just a few feet over to the side.
Decor.
Right now, you pretty much have to deconstruct and reconstruct the thing to do that. Well, we want to make it so that you can just click and drag, mass select the multiple pieces and move them over. While we're at it, let's also have the ability to copy and paste. So if you want to have a few of those grand pianos, you can just copy, paste, 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 and there you go. Now, speaking of copying and pasting, we've also heard from many of you that as you're browsing these amazing creative designs that your fellow players are coming up with, you wish that it would be easier to just grab them and import them as a starting point for your own experimentation. Or maybe you've cooked up something that you're really proud of and you want to share it with your friends or the community at large. So we're working on creating import and export codes for easy sharing and exchanging of your house
que
designs.
El retail no es el clásico, que no hay interacción con la gente.
Decor budgets, both for interior and exterior placement,
que el retail es como jugar solo, tío. No es que no hay interacción, que no ves ni a la gente va a su rollo, tío. No hacen lo de desviar anal, no sé qué.
That's some of the stuff we're working on.
Definitely not a complete
list, but we're keeping an eye on bigger things
no hacen eso.
As well. Once neighborhood endeavors go live with Midnight launch, we'll be paying very close attention to just how they liven up your neighborhoods and how you interact with them, and how best to support the things you want to see from that feature going forward. All of this is just the ground floor for housing in World of Warcraft. This is the foundation of a feature that we want to be a reflection of your life and times in Azeroth, and we're serious about expanding it and improving it alongside you in the years to come. So again, thank you so much for your passion and your feedback so far. Keep telling us what you want from housing, and we will keep listening, and we will keep it coming.
Quiero classic. Midnight roadmap.
Now, it's time to get into the content updates you can look forward to beyond the launch of Midnight. We have a few things to share today, starting with more specific plans, and then getting a bit more vague as we move later into the year with details to follow. So first off, shortly after Midnight's launch,
Pandaria acaba en verano. Black Temple para verano. Otoño Sunwell y Zulaman.
Which, would you believe, didn't quite fully resolve the threat that
mira cómo hacen
so we're going to see Void Assault
los hijos de puta poner ahí el clásico abajo del todo y ensanchan el retail, tío. Eso es lo que les importaba, hijos de puta estos.
And of course, new rewards along with it. On the lighter side, we're also going to be adding a prop hunt-inspired event as a small diversion from this pitched battle raging between the light and the dark. In this event, you're going to queue up and
Duelo
find
de
yourself on a
interiores.
team facing off against another small team of 5 in a location like Silver Moon City or the Alliance and Port neighborhoods, where one team uses enchantment and illusion to disguise themselves cleverly as innocuous props and try to hide in the environment, while the other team tries to seek them out. This event is not going to do much when it comes to beating back the void
Esto
and
lo
saving
hacían en el
Azeroth,
Counter
but it is
Strike,
a way to find some fun in the face of an ever-present, ever-growing
que te
threat.
escondías y te
Our next small
encontraban y
update,
todo eso.
1207, brings a further escalation of these void assaults, but also a standalone one-boss raid. We're excited to get away from the idea of raids being consigned to just these massive twice-a-year updates, and we want to lean more into the flexibility of matching the content that we offer to the narrative and just fun opportunities that we see to tell stories of different shapes and sizes.
Controles.
All of this brings us to the first major Midnight content update, 12.1. Now, I can't reveal the name, setting, or really much of anything specific about this update yet, but I can share that 12.1 will bring with it a large new outdoor questing space full of max-level content, a new raid, and of course new seasons, so an updated Mythic Plus dungeon pool, new
¿Tú te
PvP
crees que
and
alguien va a usar el
Delver
housing
Wars,
para
and the continued
12.1?
refinements and expansion that you'd expect from a major
¿Quién va
content
a usar
update
el
in WoW.
housing? Que a nadie le importa, tío.
This patch is also going to bring an overhaul of our
Van
friend
a decir,
system
oh,
that
qué
makes
guapo el
it easier
housing,
for
una
you to
casita
keep
tal.
up with friends you have and make new friends along the way. Next up comes
Laberinto.
12.1.5, which brings with it an all-new content type. We have seen how passionately the community has taken to delves, and we want to support this with even more flexibility and experimentation. For those of you who love delve gameplay, but wish there were something a little more than the bite-sized experiences we currently offer, we are adding a new feature that we're currently calling labyrinths.
Laberinto, que me
These
gusta
are
a mí.
inspired by mega dungeons in a sense. And
Mega
labyrinths are
dungeon.
large, sprawling delve experiences that you can tackle all at once,
Estos son las
or just a
profundidades.
bit at a time, depending on your schedule and preference.
Son
They're going to have a different
dungeons,
form and
pero
reward
tú
structure
solo.
than you're used to seeing in your delves, but they will keep the
Vas
core
solo.
elements of exploring and besting foes
Son
alongside your
instances,
trusty
pero tú
delve
solo.
companion.
Porque este es un juego, es un juego
Beyond
online
that,
para que
and
para
also
nada.
in 12.1.5, we are planning another small
Sí, sí.
one-boss
Y
raid
te sigue
in
una
this
IA.
window. Unlike the raid in 12.07, which
Tienes
is more
como
of a
a
standalone
una IA, yo qué
this
sé.
raid is going to be a direct
Y te sigue.
continuation
Ya
of
está.
Midnight's narrative, bridging us and setting the stage for the next major update in the following year, which we'll talk about down the line. Later in the year, we also have a new standalone event coming from the same group of mad scientists who brought you game modes like Plunderstorm or Remix. We'll have more to share on this as we get closer to the date, but this is going to be another separate standalone mode that exists
El WoW se va a la
alongside
mierda.
the core World of Warcraft.
El WoW se va a la
And
mierda.
all of this, of course, is going to be accompanied by the steady, fast flow of content that you're used to seeing. Holiday updates, events like Turbulent Timeways, and much more. We want to keep moving at the live service pace you've come to expect since Dragonflight and that we've continued through the War Within, making sure there's always something new and exciting on the horizon.
BlizzCon,
Now that's the big stuff we have to
el
share right
retail
now.
ya
But
mantiene
there's still
su
way more to
emoción.
come in Midnight and in World of Warcraft as a whole, and we can't wait for you to see it. We also have this little thing called BlizzCon coming up in just under 8 months. And while I can't say too much today, what I can say is that this is going to be one for the ages. We really hope to see you there and to show you some of how we're thinking about the next 20 years of everything Warcraft. You're not going to want to miss
Los
this one.
siguientes 20 años, no sé,
Thank
un
you
Dante de la
so much
compañía.
for joining us today, and thank you to every single
State
member
of
of this
housing,
community
totalmente.
for being a part of the journey with us. But before we go,
Los
however,
siguientes 20
I
años.
just
¿sabes?
want to share
Madre mía.
one last thing.
A ver,
We know the Void and Xalatath are dark threats, and that the stakes are high, and the tone of Midnight can be dire. But we also never want to forget that Azeroth is, for all of us, home. It's a place of light, community, family, and friends. This is a world that could warm the heart of even the Prince of Darkness.
esto es Midnight. Sí. Esto es el housing, ya. Así lo planteas hacer, sí, es clarísimo. Sí. Sí, sí. Sí, sí. Oh, es Black Sabbath. ¿O no? Es Ozzy Osbourne. ¿O no? No es una cover. ¡No puede ser! ¡No han dicho nada! ¡No han dicho nada! ¿What? No han... Classic Plus, entre comillas. O sea, entre... Y me enseñas y me pones la música de... Hijo de puta del Classic. Hijos de puta. ¿Qué hijos de... Se ríen de nosotros, tío?
Es una vergüenza que traten así a los jugadores de Classic.
Es justo lo que... Se ríen de nosotros, tío.
No, bueno, sí. Vamos a anunciar algo de Classic, pero... no.
Mira.
Lo anunciamos ya en la...
Mira, la música del Classic, tío.
No puedes coger y hacer un State of Azeroth, que además se llama State of Azeroth, que tú en el retail no vives en Azeroth ya. O por lo menos no vives en el Azeroth que todo el mundo conoce, tío.
Hoy no puedo más, tío.
No sé, tío, es una vergüenza. No me parece bien, me parece una puta mierda asquerosa. Es despreciable que utilicen a los jugadores de Classic de esta manera. Me parece que está mal, o sea, que me parece que está feo, ¿sabes? O sea, no deberían hacer esto. Pero bueno, da igual. Es que no sé, no tengo ganas de hablar.
Qué puta basura.